Personally, I think one of the questions that we should be asking ourselves is this: does having a firearm make you safe, or does it make you feel safe? Let me say that again. Does having a firearm make you safe, or does it make you feel safe? Those are two very important distinctions one has to consider. Because, let me just say this, there are some persons with levels of authority who try to sell us this idea that they are going to make we feel safe by passing laws and do all these things that are supposed to stop criminals. But in reality, a fairy tale them a try to sell we, because laws alone can't stop crime. It no work. This is not about feeling safer. This is about being safer. Now imagine if everybody had a gun for protection. If more people were allowed to carry guns, then criminals wouldn't be safe anywhere. Making good people defenseless will not make evil people harmless. Jamaica's problem, bigger than laws and it bigger than legislations. As a matter of fact, crime in Jamaica is so bad that America issued this. Last month, US State Department issued travel warning suggesting that Americans reconsider traveling to Jamaica due to the rise in crime. This was November 16, 2022, and if you check the news, 35 killed last week, murder tally climbs to 1,329. 35 people in 1 week. Clearly we have a crime problem, and it's largely because people refuse to deal with the underlying issues. Everybody keeps thinking that you can solve problems by passing laws. If that was the case, we would have world peace today. When you don't address the underlying issues, they eventually make their way to the surface. And if you don't deal with them, you are gonna have to deal with the consequences of not dealing with that issue one way or another. Having a firearm will not solve the problem, but it can give you a sense of security. When you live in a place like Jamaica, where crime gone through the roof, you don't really have much choice, because every day we are forced to confront the fact visually that we're not safe. It depends with TV and it depends with phone. Just living in Jamaica is a life or death situation in and of itself. Yet the Firearm Licensing Authority can willingly tell good people that they don't see the need for them to be armed.
It cannot be that lottery scammers and other unfit persons are able to get legal guns to carry out their illicit activities.
The people who are in charge live in this mental facade and this idea that people are safe because they don't see any direct evidence of them being unsafe. Clearly calling the cops hasn't done the job either, right? That needs to be done. And the reason is because cops can never get there fast enough when you need them. They will come in, but in most cases, it's after the bodies are on the ground. That's just the reality. The criminals know this, they take advantage of this, which is why you need to have a gun right there in that moment to defend yourself, because that's the only way you are going to be able to do that fast enough. A cop that is 1 minute away means nothing if you only need split seconds. That being the case, I'd rather have a gun to defend myself, or have an armed good Samaritan present at that moment in time, rather than have the cops 1 minute away. No matter how we look at it, guns are always going to be in the hands of people who will want to use it to do harm to other people, right? And you cannot rely on the government to protect you because they not do it. Whether it's because they can't do it, or whether they choose not to do it, either way you look at it, they are not doing it. And this is why I don't have a problem with people owning firearms, or more people having access to licensed firearms. Everybody now gonna be able to purchase one, but the more legal firearms we have out there, criminals will now have to think twice, because they don't know if the person next to their potential victim is armed. This idea of gun restriction in Jamaica is asinine. Criminals don't care about nothing. Them not care about your morality. Them not care about your moral code. They don't care about your gun laws. And worse, them not care about the cops either. The only thing they respect is equal or more force. That's it. They look for victims and they look for people who can't defend themselves. Not having a gun creates this lopsided effect where you are more of a victim and an easier target to the people who aren't giving up their guns. I want them to understand what I try to say. You can pass all the laws you want. You can have all the gun amnesties you want to have. That isn't going to stop the people that you are worried about from getting guns and using them against you. It's time we recognize the problem and implement a solution. Here's the truth. Criminals don't even want to have to deal with someone who can shoot back because they want it easy. They don't want to fight for anything. They want it easy, and when you as a citizen are harmed, you are not an easy target anymore. Having a firearm does make you feel safer than you are without, especially if you are living in an area that's dealing with a level or a certain level of criminality. Now you are not an easy target anymore. It doesn't take away the fact, that you can still be a victim, but now you are a well-strapped potential victim. And criminals don't want to die, them not want dead. So they will go elsewhere to find other victims who are not strapped to take advantage of. I think that it should be much easier for people to purchase a firearm because it is not fair to expect law-abiding, hard-working individuals who support their families to simply rely on the police to protect them from being targeted by criminals. You could still call the cops, right, if you want, even whilst carrying a gun. But if you don't have the ability to call the cops for them to get there in time, now you have a gun that you can use to defend yourself. That is my 2 cents on the matter of people having easier access to legally carry a firearm for protection. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.